Drunk Boxing, aka Mr. Moonshine himself. Yesterday was a night of boxing, y'all. What a Saturday, what a Saturday. Alexander Povetkin knocking out Dillian Whyte. And listen to me, ladies and gentlemen. Alexander Povetkin knocking out Dillian Whyte was not an upset. It was not. No upset, though. No upset whatsoever. Now, for the people prior to the fight that made the prediction, if you had it that wide, that was on you. But for the boxing, hardcore boxing fans out there that knows Povetkin and know Dillian Whyte, if prediction was wide, y'all know real well that it should have never been wide. I had a 50-50. I had a 50-50 coming into the fight. Now, again, for the people that feel like it was an upset, it was not an upset. What people are upset about is that Dillian Whyte been in position in the WBC intro for quite some time. That's why I call him the Greenland Shark, because he's been in the same position, been in the same ocean for quite some time, for like 400 years. Now, that's the upset. The upset is the marketing machine around Dillian Whyte and him facing the possibility of the winner of Tyson Fury and Deontay Wilder. The possibility of fighting Anthony Joshua. That's the upset. Now that you already know, Povetkin threw that monkey wrench into that marketing, into that narrative. That's what happened. Who upset is Eddie Hearn. He's upset. So that's the upset. But really, it's not Povetkin knocking out Dillian Whyte. It's not Povetkin beating Dillian Whyte. That's not the actual upset. Not the technical side of things. Not what's in the ring. That's not an upset. What's upset is what's outside of that match. What's outside of the marketing. Not the outside of the marketing, but the marketing of Dillian Whyte and pushing for these fights. Him trying to sue the WBC because where he's been at, and it's unfair. I do believe, yes, Dillian Whyte deserved the chance to get a crack at that WBC title. He put himself in position to get a crack again versus Anthony Joshua. Yes, he put himself in position. But this is boxing, y'all. And another reason why people are upset is because the boxing world keeps writing boxers off. Y'all need to be more humble in the way y'all analyze. All of us. We got to be more humble the way we analyze things, the way we break down fights, the way we break down fighters. We want to write them off so quick. Look, I'm going to say it like this. The way it is with the nutrition nowadays for athletes. 30, 35-year-old, that's not old. That's not as old as it used to be. 40, 39 is not as old as it used to be because there is more education in health. There is more education in nutrition. There's more education about the body and how to take care of your body for these athletes. Back in the days, no. A lot of people didn't know too much about, the way to maintain an athletic body. An elite body. Now there's a lot of testing. Look at LeBron James. LeBron James had 38 points. It looks like, my man got like 10 more seasons to go. Look at the way Mike Tyson looked like. Look at Manny Pacquiao. Manny Pacquiao beat Keith one Tom Thurman. So it's writing off these athletes. We gotta really, just like there's an evolution and everything, we have to understand also the nutrition. We have to understand the science in whatever these guys are dealing with, putting in their body or whatever. And I know there was no VADA testing. I know. We still waiting on the test. I know Eddie Hearn. I want to wait on the sample, the results. I want to see A, B, C, D, E, F, G, H, I, J, K, L, M, N, O, P. I want to see all the sample. I know. That's what a lot of people are saying right now too. The ones that's bitter about the loss, but it was not an upset. That's the upset is what I just explained. That's the real upset. Now, for the people that's going to write Dillian Whyte off, learn from your mistakes. Do not write Dillian Whyte off. He could come from this. A lot of people been knocked down and came back up. Andy Ruiz, knocked down, came back up, beat Anthony Joshua. Anthony Joshua got knocked down beating Klitschko, rose back up and beat Klitschko. Tyson Fury, the Undertaker, he got floored, eyes closed, eyes shut, looked like he was dead for like 4 seconds. He rose back up and, made that fight into a draw. Deontay Wilder was getting the hell beat out of him. I don't know if it was the 5th or the 7th round versus Luis Ortiz, the first fight. And he rose back and did what he had to do. People say, oh, they should have stop the fight. All I'm saying is we can't underestimate these modern day warriors and modern day gladiators. They do this for a living. There's others that, they will lay down, but most of these guys has risen back up. This is what they do. The fans need to be more humble in their assessment. They're the one that has more than barbaric minds, more than what's happening in the ring. We got to give the fighters the benefit of the doubt. When somebody gets hurt, how could he come back from that from that blow? Let me see his grit. Let me see his character. We saw the character of Andy Ruiz. We saw the character of Anthony Joshua. We saw the character of Tyson Fury. We saw the character of Deontay Wilder. We saw the character of a lot of boxers who gets clipped, who gets dropped, and gets back up and rise to the occasion. And they have the grit and determination to be a champion. So that's the upset. It's also the lack of understanding what these modern day warriors, modern day gladiators are all about. So do not write off Dillian Whyte, because Dillian Whyte could come right back up and get one of these fights. And he probably could get a rematch and knock out Povetkin. Do not write down these fighters. Every time somebody loses, look, when Anthony Joshua lost first, they said that he should retire, that his mind is not in the game, that he's a bodybuilder, he don't work out in boxing. Then he came back and outboxed Andy Ruiz. And now he's back in the top. You feel me? Hey, Deontay Wilder come back in the trilogy and knock out Tyson Fury. What you gonna say? That he can't fight? That he can't box? Huh? And what that's gonna say about Tyson Fury? Huh? Stop devaluing. Stop discrediting. Stop writing fighters off. That's the upset. You're upsetting yourself. Not really what's going on in the ring. Not really. I was not surprised that Povetkin was all the experience with his resume, with his amateur background, and things of that nature, and his skills. He has more skills, in my opinion, more tools in the toolbox than a Dillian Whyte. You should have never said, oh my God, this is an upset. It's not an upset. The upset is because the way people analyze fighters nowadays and write them off too fast, and the storyline and the narrative behind these fighters that they're trying to promote, that's the upset. But that fight right there, what you saw yesterday, was no upset. Good old heavyweight. One guy, he gets knocked down, he came back up. One punch changes everything. We know that. It's not cliche. We've been knowing this, hardcore boxing fans. If hardcore boxing fans, you know better than anybody know. We all know this. And the heavyweight division is different. One punch can make a difference. It's not cliche. We know this. So that was no type of upset. Not an upset whatsoever. Let me know how you feel in the comment box. Writing in the comment box. You already know. Subscribe to your boy. I hope you have a great weekend. Hope you're having a good Sunday. Great night Saturday, man. Shout out to Joe Smith. They wrote him off too. Huh? Y'all wrote him off too, right? Ladies and gentlemen, let's respect these fighters and their journeys. Let's respect the journey. Let's educate ourselves in their journey. Just don't pay attention to boxing when they contract you to fight and things of that nature. Let's get into sport that we love. Let's understand this. I'm trying to understand it more. Let's all understand it. Let's stop trying to be fortune tellers. Of course, we can have a prediction. It's cool and things of that nature, but let's not write it off. So I heard people 80-20 that thought Dillian Whyte was going to win. Really? Was he that much better? No. Not coming into the fight, not before the fight, and surely not after the fight. I love y'all. God bless, and on to the next.